It's the reflector. It's the reflector. Let's jump into it. Now we gotta get to the talking. I ain't trying to get strike. I ain't trying to get strike because of this song and shit like that. All right. So everybody, uh, when it comes into family, and I don't mean the title family. I don't mean us trying to chase a word based on upholding certain expectations that we didn't even come to agreements with our past bloodline. As in, your great people, your great grandma, your great grandpa didn't do shit, but just lived up under what they got told. So, what it means to be family was on TV. No, that what it means to be family was they was talking about it in religion. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of times these family ways are things that's foreign to us, where we're using false ass mentalities to relate with the people that we're supposed to be closest with. Now, at the same time, we have to understand that we, a lot of people have been mixed and mingled way too much, where they, as a spirit, them going through an experience that they chose to go through, and then them pretty much building their mind frame, their first body, before they go into their dad and start, living through him, get busted out, and then live in their mom, right? People got mixed up based on desire. Like, family is based on your closest and deepest comfort zone or desire. So if you're, this is why you should look at astrology. But so I had Sagittarius in my fourth house. So Sagittarius is the religious type of. You had a hard religious type based family, and even if they're not religious based, which is most likely will be that, then it's still a hard ass motherfucking, like, a threshold that they might have over you that might be, you might use it as a crutch at first, or you know a familiar system, so you can feel like you're okay in the real world. But then those very same things are going to be the things that hinder you. Now, everybody grown. Well, we get to a certain part, and everybody tries their best. So I'm not talking about people genuinely trying. All right, I'm talking about people that are in this weird forceful energy just based on them trying to bring up their past and what they didn't do, and then kind of and revamp it into now, because they weren't being a good, like, a smart or a genuine spirit back then. AKA, like, when they felt something with their family was wrong, they just basically sucked it up and just said it's family. That's why I started off with not the title of family, because then you're just gonna be following some system that you don't even agree with, and it's gonna always be a block. It's gonna always never satisfy you. Now, no, everybody needs to stop doing all that fuck family shit. Now, everybody different, because some people maybe need that shit, because some people family would be that fucked up. Like, this is how you know that people got with family based on a fatal law, not even law of attraction, just universal law pull. Like, you literally pulled yourself into that type of environment, into that comfort zone, into that personal life. It's all reflected with your parents and your siblings. So that's one thing. So let's separate, like, okay, this is actually some people you gonna die with, and y'all gonna go to heaven together. Listen, it's not like that, because if it was, why the fuck do people end up falling out with their family? And we can't sit here and say because they didn't do the family thing right. Let's not do that. Maybe it's from a starting point of people living in family, like I said, using a false idol mind, not actually going through with it themselves and practicing things themselves. It's easy to follow something. It's hard to do it yourself, to make something for you to follow. AKA, everything's already established here. Businesses, stores. You can just walk in and do it, That's okay. But I'm saying, like, it's that type of shit. So this is why everybody talking about breaking generational curses, breaking the cycle. Because the cycle started from us all getting taken over, and then it's like the only people that you were close with you started feeling some weird pressure from the world, aka the people that kind of took your ass over, and then you basically brought it to the family. The earlier stages of this was like when we were still in village type of shits. Family was still locked. Like we were close with family. We actually had people. We actually did practices. Now, in the world, it's all about you got it for yourself. The people that came before you did it. Do the same thing. Uh, Everybody got their own path and career and shit like that. But when there's no true understanding, all that's gonna happen is the parent or the authority figure. It can be a grandma or something. The authority figure is gonna pretty much self-project and basically overtell you what you should be doing. Where it's a different time than where they grew up. Things clearly they don't even think the same as when they were younger. You know, like things just always change where it don't even ever add up. Where shit just be a little fake and wonky. Okay? Shit get a little wonky. But the basis of all of that shit though is beyond like the title and trying to chase what you think something means based on what you were kind of told or what you kind of know for it to be for yourself and what you heard when you grew up, what you studied. Y'all niggas need to know that real life isn't about following a plan. Real life isn't going through certain mental hula hoops, fire hula hoops. You gotta do all these obstacles just for you to get to get to a position. Yet when you're even there, you're not even gonna be fulfilled. You're still gonna end up complaining. You're still gonna feel like there's something missing. Nothing's perfect, but I just like to start from talking about what the fuck it is, because now you got energies of, okay, now everything you argue about ain't even the actual point. Because everything people gonna be arguing about, if you're a sibling or something, is something in the world or the object at hand. Like, oh, he's not letting me play the game. And then the other person isn't letting that person play the game whenever that person's bored and they want to just do something and fuck with somebody, right? So that's evading privacy. Now, when somebody go off on somebody and we all go back to the kitchen table, aka we all come together as a family, right? If there's no good leadership or there's no good parenting, aka actually knowing your kid and having your own practices and actually merging with them truly, not just sitting in the background thinking you know what's going on because you're observing too much and then you try to make a plan out of it. You're being the government. You're being the Britain mind. You're being the England mind. My whole point is all of these ideologies about family is all coming from Indian ass, not American Indian, I mean Eastern ass people. It's really the England ass, Queen Elizabeth ass motherfuckers that's really trying to keep on ruling over these type of shits because it's all about obligation, duties, fixating yourself to try to prove yourself in somebody else's eyes world. So that's the government, society world, and your parents putting both of these things in your face. So this is what creates a traumatized, rebellious, people just end up not fucking with their family at all. They'll start, this goes into rebellion and not fucking with their family. They'll end up being goddamn homeless. Because no amount of dollar, no amount of shelter is better than your own space, your spirit, so your own observation, and you feeling like you can come up with a thought without feeling pressure, or you can do this action without feeling like people are staring at you and observing you. You know, this is why low-key white families be the best ones, and then the best black families be the ones that be kind of idolizing the white people, which is all about. But I don't mean like white people like the Britain mind, like I've been talking about, like the strict old medieval ass way of doing it. I'm talking about like the loose ass, everybody can say what they want. You have your individuality. If you fuck with me, you say it with wit. You say it with stern, like up front. You know, white people is all about shine, that they gonna put out quicker than a black person that's got all these cut darkness. So you're gonna endure more, and then find a situation to capitalize off of. So you're gonna find a situation to show that your emotions matter. You're gonna use reality to show that your emotions matter. White people be more like, they're just gonna say exactly the first thing that come out, and then they'll probably go into the deepness and emotions and shit like that, you know? Now, I'm not trying to compare it, but it's basically saying like, we got taken over and everybody going against each other. On top of that, these whole times they've been kind of playing little psyops, mind games with families. When it came to all of this shit that happened back in 2017, bro. All the shit that happened in 2020. 2020 was the real break for family. I'm talking about break. It was either you was forcing something that wasn't there, or you was detaching away and finding yourself in a way. But that led to so nobody can be around each other. Quarantine shit lasted 2 years, so that ended up making everybody stay in their own mind, separated. Because like I said, like, this is why people end up getting divorced. It's not about them being perfect and, you know, things happen. No, nigga, no. Y'all are transmuting real energy towards their God. Their energy, how they came up with it. Because I guarantee you, if you really just looked at everything, whether you read it or you read it mentally in the esoteric realm, you go down a line of events because you caught the spirit of how that even got derived. You know what I mean? So this all got derived just based on trying to keep everybody against each other, based on trying to have expectations, as in you're not a human because you're under me, so do at least what I say, type of shit. Like, just look at business. It's like that. That's how family is. Family been infiltrated by the foreigner mentality, coming over here and basically saying this is how you do it. So they'll filter it through, like I said, like entertainment, television. They'll do it through schools. They'll do it through religion, you know, faith, belief and shit. They'll do it through entertainment, education. Yeah, so they'll do it in all these little ways. Okay? So it's like, you know, that shit subconscious. Like, everybody wants to feel like they know something. Everybody want to feel important. So as these weak ass people, I'm sorry, but y'all growing up, y'all kind of just got washed up and just thought things is what they are, and you're just supposed to act out things secondhand without having discernment. Discernment, you earning your position, knowing what you truly think beyond all of these other big ass energies looking at you like, why ain't you over here thinking like us? It's like a quick little subtle thing. You gotta do it real quick so you won't get all caught up and washed up. Because I guarantee you, the more you keep on, you might go into this false energy, right? False ass idol mind of family. You're gonna keep on getting goddamn disappointed. So the best thing you can do is just try to think on like your true bloodline. Go back to spirit. You gotta keep on, cause nobody's perfectly right. Like it's not me saying you got to come up to them and got the perfect way. Now you can't. Now everybody can make up a way that we can all conduct ourselves. That's something else. But if it's just you feeling entitled and egoed up, cause you know what I'm saying, that's different. But when the problem be just when, if you're trying to do something, or people around, like your family, are trying to, like, they end up going through life more, and then they still under that mentality. So when they're not fulfilled with your life, as if like they're living through you or some weird shit, then that's when they're gonna start acting different. And this is what I'm talking about. It always leads to this. If you don't end up getting some job, if you don't end up doing a certain expectation, you're gonna get looked at weird. You know what I'm saying, man? You can be over here grinding, getting people, you get money every day. Somehow, like, you be getting money. That shit ain't even gonna be looked at as nothing because you don't have the career. And the career is the highest position of slave. No, I'm playing. It's the highest position of thinking you doing something, but you're still giving the energy to the corporation. You still gotta wait on these niggas every 2 weeks. There's nothing wrong with this shit, bro, but it's like, you gotta respect what is. A lot of times, it be unbalanced respect that's being like pushed out. So it'd be like only the authority figures can want the respect, and then they might give you respect in some little way that they feel like they wish they could have got respect. I'm telling you, it be like people self-project a lot. You know, like I said, we all aggravated because we don't got no power. We still gotta pay taxes and shit. So that's like a engraved ass thing in our psyche that we like traumatized about. But when we're not spiritually inclined, we're not even taught how to do it. You're just gonna filter it through what you're looking at. So you're gonna filter it through what you're going through right now, like somebody else did something wrong. So then at that point, you're gonna end up looking crazy in front of people. You're gonna end up looking like unrelatable. You're gonna end up looking like nobody likes you, or they don't even want to be around you, because this is what this family infiltration did. Because this ain't our culture. Our culture is having our own people, having your own space. Leave it at that. Individuality. You feel me? Because that leads to individuality. Not no smothering. Not no, oh, just let him play with you. Just let him do that. He's your brother. Just let him do that. He's just, she wants to play with her dolls, but if she gets bored, it's okay if she goes mess with you. That's your sister or some stupid shit. You know, that's not right. And that's a small example, but these things are the early stages of why people end up being how they are. They don't talk to their siblings. And then sometimes you got generations that they be in the regret or revengeful or the depressed or going back, regression type of shit, because they got the element of like help and communication with them, with their generation. So they always trying to like make everything right, but they don't realize making everything right is still for yourself. So as long as you're not trying to overly prove something for yourself, making it seem like what you're saying is like you trying to really change and be for real, then it's like it's not gonna even be taken right to a real person. This is why you got people being like, why ain't you hit me up this whole time if you're trying to be real now, type of thing. Now sometimes people gotta swallow their pride and let people hit them up. But sometimes it's just the energy of like, you ain't been there, so who are you? And that's the whole shit. Like I said, back then, before all this civilization, not even that, like 200 years ago, 300 years ago, we was all right. You know what I'm saying? Like we already, no, that's a lie. But we still had them niggas infiltrating. But we still had a good sense of family back then. Like I said, it's not a certain way, but we did have a way of actually communion, space, so people can actually advance in their own little way, bring it to the table. We all can relate with it. We all gonna boost it up. Parents give you resources. They know what you're doing, but in a healthy way, not asking you what the fuck you doing. And like, you know, that's gonna push a person away. Now, I'm not a parent, but all I know is this is what's going on in the family. You know what I'm saying? I'm an adult spirit and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't got my own house and shit like that, but it's like, it's all about getting in where you at, but also trying to heal shit from the inside out. You know, like at the end of the day, you came with family for a reason. Me, I know what the fuck I did. I came with, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody should know where the fuck they coming from, and then boom, we'll be able to piece out the bullshit that's been hindering people, so there won't be no type of weird ass energies nowhere, and everybody can die in peace. Because ultimately, I'm gonna tell you this right now, your ass ain't gonna die in peace if you got family problems and it actually be fucking with you. Not day to day, but more like it's deep in you. Just know your emotions and shit gonna come back up to fruition, aka your mind frame, your worlds, your body, your first body that you made to have this body that reflects your fucking mind. Then shit. Oh yeah, you was gonna basically end up having that come to you, but you ain't gonna have a body. So you can't tell yourself what to do. Tell me in dream world, your ass over here. You can move how you want most of the time, but then sometimes it's like you're like fluid. It ain't really like hard. Anyway, this is all for us to advance as we're alive. So other people won't fucking do the same mistake. Stop chasing these certain energies of what you think family means. Family has been invaded, infiltrated, and informed and been informed from other people. No, they're getting information, they're getting intel from other people, god damn it, so they can keep studying our psyche and keep on fucking with us with these laws and the government shit. Like, basically, like how the prices went up. Tell me everybody in the motherfucking family that was the goddamn breadwinner, they didn't start getting up the ass based on this damn family mentality. But it's really just their ego. Because they grew up like their mom and dad worked hard as fuck all the time, so they want to do it. Yet, they were the main ones just being kids. They don't remember that part. A lot of times people be in their ego as a kid and they be thinking they know something. When sometimes you just gotta be a kid and just be stupid. You know? But when you got people setting examples for you and shit, you be wanting to kind of follow the lead, like them movies with the dad and the son. The son seeing the dad do all this, so he wants to just follow the lead. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just the how you do it. If you're dead ass trying to be something you're not based on what you're looking at, not really what you're feeling, then you're just gonna end up sinning. You're gonna go to a point that's not even where you wanted to first start going. You know what I'm saying? Like, on your travel, you start getting distractions, you start getting in turmoil, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be about expectations. It don't matter about what happened before. No more self-projection. Money is money. Stop letting that shit affect your mood, ultimately affecting your household. And stop being European minded and chasing what you think a family means, because all you got to show for that is these TV shows they released, social media, and y'all don't be understanding half the time these niggas be having way more money than you. So that's the witchcraft right there already. You already in a lower state. So, but people need to be in a complacent energy sometimes, where it's like, it's okay. The shit gonna leave. This is why poor people be the main ones in that energy, because they actually know how to go without. Rich people be more in the energy of, how can I build something better, kind of on a higher, like a more lighter mentality, aka like, how can we show people in these little videos how we having fun? How can we make, you know what I mean? Do something, you know, on that level. But other people be focused on the gritty because they can't do nothing else. But this is just saying, like, there's, like, if you stay in this mentality, all you're gonna do is just keep amplifying what they created, which is against you, and then you're gonna be a part of the problem. On top of that, you're gonna manifest your dumb ass into another type of family that the same shit that you reflected when you was growing up. Not when you grew up and now whoever's around you, you're gonna consider that family. No, because a lot of times people be still holding the past and just trying to revamp it to now. That's not everybody, but it's the majority of them. A lot of people are open to change, but you never really know what nobody thinks. So even if they showing signs, you know, not even showing signs, even if they talking real good to you, like, you know, they with it, you know, they with the change. Not saying you're talking about changing, like you just having a good, smooth conversation. You know what I mean? Some people just take it in, like, but they don't really, it's one ear out the other type shit, right? So, but other people, they'll pretty much stand on like, nah, the world should be back to normal. Or even if they don't say that, I mean, not back to normal, back to like how I grew up. Even if they don't say that, they'll always find a way to tie something they don't like in the moment to how it used to be back then, or how they did it back then, or how their parents did it back then. This is why I'm just trying to target the fucking shit from the source, which is everybody from the past. You know what I'm saying? Now, I would say we ain't doing no better because, see, look, this is how you know the authority family energy was too much. Why do you have people now on social media recording their people like crashing out, basically? Recording their people slapping their mama, recording yelling at their mama. You know what I mean? Yelling at authority figures, because that's another sign of parent, leader. You know what I mean? Like the teachers and shit. That's a sign that niggas been over here like this for the past 500 years. Y'all haven't done nothing mentally. Y'all ain't came together. Y'all ain't did shit but just work. Come home with that work dumbass energy and then put it on your fucking family like they the problem. And it's unwarranted. But parents gotta be grown-ups, adult. So you gotta handle that shit. You know that that's what it is. So that means you just in an ego. You just want to be seen a certain way, and you like the juicing up energy of like that conflict or some weird ass shit. You like when people ask you for money. You like paying the bills and flexing that you can pay the bills. And y'all don't be realizing that's literally the European mindset. That's literally the white people mindset. So that's why anybody try me with that type of shit. I'm like, we better talk like people. Ain't none of that, what somebody's supposed to be doing. Cause last time I checked, man, it's AI out here. So you can just be making false shit, still making money. I know everybody can make I make my own money. But I know everybody can do what the fuck they do, but a lot of times people are still falsely worshiping energies that's not there. The false money god, the false reach a position and you're satisfied god, the false you gotta go through all these obstacles, all these goddamn grades and shit for you to finally get an achievement to hold in front of your face like you did something. You know what I'm saying? All of this shit is out there. Everybody knows it, but people still be carrying out the energy. Some are getting better, but a lot of people are struggling, and a lot of inner homes are really getting fucked up. Especially the hood ones that's on like wet log or food stamp type of energy. You know what I'm saying? The suburb, in the rural areas, like right in the city, whatever it is. Like them people, and especially even suburban people be more ruled under like energies of you gotta go do this, get a job, or go get something to show for yourself. The inner cities be more like they trying to hustle up and just survive basically, because the way they built it was, big ass buildings with the actual corporations that people that work inside of it that make a good amount of money. But then on the outside, it's just a whole bunch of like trash. It's just like the straggler people that didn't quite make it to be in the schools, didn't quite make it to have money. Really what they saying is you didn't make it to our heaven. That's what they be saying. And it's fucked up because the inner city should kind of be like heaven in their mind, but your ass didn't even make it to be in the building type shit. See, you see how fucked up it is? But anyways, so this shit was all designed to just go against us. Alright, but I just broke it down. I'm not even complaining about it. This shit actually be kind of hurting me. And it hurts me to look in the world to see that. Because I've seen a whole bunch of I've been around a lot of people. I don't got friends though. But I'm saying like growing up, you gotta experience. So I went around a lot of people, a lot of families, and it's always the same shit. Just different energy, same shit though. Everybody, there's always a person that don't got no space, always a person that's doing too much, always a person that's quiet, there's always a person that's loud, there's always a person that feel bad for everybody, there's always a person that wanna goddamn, it's like, but those are characteristics, fine. Now, the way we're aiming to do that energy is wrong. And how it's wrong? No space. I don't mind worshiping something that isn't there, aka this template of how to do family. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, it's the reflector, hit a reflector, choose to neglect. Let's get this family shit right, man.